So I just want to talk a few minutes then about some of the threats that we face. I had the opportunity to meet with 2 Sierra Club chapter presidents and a representative from the Wilderness Society a few years ago. And they were proposing to close a large segment of the Sequoia National Forest. They wanted to designate it wilderness. Now, designated wilderness means that it's only open to hiking and horseback. You're not allowed to mountain bike in designated wilderness. You're not allowed to take off-road vehicles. You're not even allowed to do any management with any kind of mechanical tools. But wilderness goes beyond that, actually. There are permits that are required. So there are even restrictions placed on hiking enforcement as to where they can go and when they can go. So they wanted to designate this area as wilderness. And I sat there with a map, and I said, do you realize that these trails have been adopted by stewards of the Sequoia, motorized volunteers? They spent thousands of hours maintaining these trails to keep them open and enjoyable for everyone. They said, no, they didn't know that. I said, do you realize that these trails are important access from the community of Lake Isabella up to the high country trails? And if you close this area and restrict it, then you're going to hurt the local economy. No, they didn't know that. I said, well, do you realize that if you close this area, people are going to have to drive their vehicles long distances around your closed area to get to the high country trails, consuming large amounts of gasoline and spewing greenhouse gases, all things that I know the Sierra Club and Wilderness Society would be very concerned about. No, they didn't know that either. So I asked them, I said, well, then looking at this map, can't we agree that these lands should remain open to everyone? And they said no. That kind of took me back, but it's not too surprising because you have to realize that the Wilderness Society is kind of paid by the acre. I mean, if your job is to get more wilderness designated and you say, you know, we've just about designated all the wilderness lands that are appropriate, well, then you're out of a 6-figure job. That's a hell of a motivating factor. But there's another reason. Some people just feel that you should not be allowed on your public lands, and they just want to lock it up. They had never been to these lands. They were never going to go there, but they still wanted to lock you off of them.
Take action. Take back your public lands. You can make a difference. Follow the Easy Action program at www.savethetrails.us.